Hello, everyone. How are you doing? How's everything? We're going to get right into this and sit back, enjoy it. And I will say this. If any of you have had issues with the shot and you're worried that dear old Joe Biden put a moratorium on suing the pharmaceutical companies, I have the workaround. You have to go after ANSI-ANAB, the American National Standards Institute, and the American National Crediting Board because they are the underwriters. Don't let anybody kid you or fool you. We have the data. We have the data. We have the information to make them liable because they are underwriters. Let me get to this. Vice President of Laboratory Accreditation for ANSI-ANAB, the American National Standards Institute, and the American National Crediting Board, Pamela, admission 2017, the global oversight collapse. I know it's 8 years ago, but you must listen and listen attentively because I'm the guy. I'm the guy who broke open the largest industrial scam. This is bigger than the Industrial Revolution that took back in the late 1800s and throughout the 1900s. This is bigger. And the culprits are Boeing and the American National Standards Institute and the American National Crediting Board. I don't make this up. 203-556-1493. And you know what the sad part is, ladies and gentlemen? Who's involved with this? Federal agencies. The Department of Justice, Department of Homeland Security, Department of Commerce, and also the FDA, who certified ANSI-ANAB to do third-party registration audits for food safety. Are you secure with that? Not me. We're not going to get into them, though. We have before. But it's a shame because those agencies sit on ANSI-ANAB's board, like many, but they're customers. They're customers of ANSI-ANAB colluding with a company that they should have oversight over. That's why I've been waiting for Pam Bonnie. You know her blonde hair? I'm waiting for it to turn brown right over here because she's up to her neck in shit with that organization. And I don't make that up. By the way, shit's a quality term. Just like the word fuck is. Because President Trump said that about Israel and Hamas. On top of that, his Deputy Secretary of Defense first made it a mandatory word when he was talking about the F-35. When he was Deputy Secretary of Defense the first time around for Donald Trump, he was a leader in Boeing, 30 years, and he became Deputy Secretary of Defense. He had to step down, though, but he said when asked about the F-35, he said it's fucked up. You can't make that up. This is a national government certified word told by two agents of the government. One was our president, and the other was a Deputy Secretary of Defense under him in 2017. So let's continue. My name is Daryl Guberman, and I have spent many years uncovering problems in quality and certification systems in aerospace, medical laboratories, and beyond. Today, I want to talk to you about something very serious, the global oversight collapse. In 2017, Ms. Pamela, the Vice President of Laboratory Accreditation for ANSI-ANAB, gave a sworn deposition in Texas. She said that from one laboratory, one of the issues is that there is no commonly agreed upon set of standards that forensic labs around the country have to follow. Instead, there are informal guidelines that labs can choose to follow or not. Let's make that simple. It's like letting every school make up its own rules by grading students. One school gives A's for showing up, another school gives F's for the same work. How could you trust that system? That is what Pamela Sale admitted. A broken oversight system where labs could pick and choose rules. Now in 2009, ANSI-ANAB helped, and that's American National Standards Institute, the American National Crediting Board, helped found the International Accreditation Forum and connected it to its sister group in Australia, the International Laboratory Accreditation Cooperation. These organizations were supposed to make sure laboratories and companies around the world met strong safety quality standards. Here's a critical point. ANSI and ANAB act as underwriters for both the IF and ILAC, which means they legally assume full responsibility for systematic and product failures that result from labs not following proper standards and others. Between 2015 and 21, a man named Zhao Jinwu, who's been involved with our quality since 1994, and global quality at that, was given the leadership of the International Accreditation Forum Incorporated in Delaware. At the same time, he was also the chief executive of the China National Accreditation Services, which is located in Beijing, China. Importantly, he is mandated by his country of origin, Communist China, under the Article number 7 of the China National Intelligence Law to provide information and data from companies, corporations, and governments and other organizations to the state. You find anything wrong with that? Oh. In 2017, Zhao Junwu handed a certificate to a WUHAN laboratory, the Biolevel 4 lab, even though the scientists there had already complained 6 months prior to the issuance of the certificate they didn't have enough trained technicians. That's like giving someone a driver's license before they can even learn how to drive. 6 months later, experts visited the lab and the scientists said the same thing. They still didn't have enough trained technicians to operate safely. In 2019, and by the way, the CDC, NIH, they all sit on ANSI-ANAB's board. Next to the FDA. By 2019, the CDC had to issue guidance for laboratories in China. The document said that Biolevel 4 laboratory, the highest level of safety for dangerous pathogens, must have highly trained technicians. This is the first line of defense. Without it, dangerous materials could escape. Remember, May 2019. So if the U.S. labs were operating without enforceable standards, right, ladies and gentlemen, as Pamela Sale admitted, it's unreasonable to expect that global labs certified and underwritten by ANSI-ANAB and led by individuals with dual roles and national mandates were truly safe or reliable. Isn't it unreasonable? It is unreasonable. This is what I call the global oversight collapse. The failure is not just local, it's systematic. ANSI-ANAB, IAF, ILAC, and GLOBLAC, Global Accreditation Cooperation, were supposed to make quality certification trustworthy worldwide. Instead, their certifications often mask corruption and poor oversight. A piece of paper, ladies and gentlemen, does not equal real safety and quality. Come from trained people, strong oversight, and honest leadership. I, Daryl Guberman, recognized quality expert and Boeing shareholder, have uncovered evidence that this collapse, in concert with aerospace, has caused trillions of dollars in exposure across aerospace and medical arenas. And this is most important. When oversight collapses, trust collapses. And when trust collapses, people and systems are put at risk. We saw with the virus, the pandemic, we see with Boeing and all of that. This is the largest industrial scam, larger than anything. It makes Elon Musk's $400 billion like $1.95. I don't make this up. We broke it open, and Boeing and ANSI-ANAB never thought that they would get caught. Well, we caught them. All the source inspectors for aerospace, those companies who certified you as a source inspector, it's a fraud. So when you did your due diligence to put out that good part, it went into a bad system. Boeing was uncertified, AS9100, for 22 years. When Boeing made a source inspector at a supplier, that one of the supplier's employees was given the blessing that they are now a representative of Boeing at the shop, isn't that crazy too? The business owner had to pay that guy to represent Boeing, and Boeing saved some more money. This whole issue is a scam. The only reliability, and I'm going to say this because we were invited in 2016 to join ANAB or IAF. How could I, as a proud American, join the IAF or ANAB, since ANAB and ANSI found the IAF, and at the time, in 2016, it was controlled by Communist China? Do you think I want to get my data taken? We are a proud American. Those of you who maintain an ANSI-ANAB certificate, it's valueless. Doesn't matter what registrar you have, TUV, DNV, BDQI, DQS, NSF, NQA. It's valueless, and we've exposed that. The biggest industrial scam. 203-556-1493. And remember this, as Dwight D. Eisenhower said, it is not the size of the dog in the fight that counts, it's the size of fighting the dog. And also David Foster Wallace, I adapted it for me. The truth will set you free, but not until Daryl Guberman is finished with you. And we've only just begun.